Have you ever stopped to think about that incredibly complex, almost invisible web that connects everything we consume?
Hmm.
From your morning coffee right through to the latest phone in your pocket.
Yeah, the global supply chain.
Exactly. And as we've all kind of seen recently, it can be surprisingly fragile, can't it?
Definitely. One hiccup, one big global event.
And suddenly things just aren't where they should be. Empty shelves, parts stuck miles away.
It's become very real for a lot of people.
Okay, so let's unpack this a bit. Today, we're doing a deep dive into supply chain risk management, SCRM.
All right.
And this isn't just about, fixing problems after they happen. It's about being proactive, building resilience, making sure those connections stay strong, whatever comes our way.
It's about stability, really.
Precisely. So our mission here is to give you a shortcut. We want you to be really well informed about where the SCRM market is right now and where it's heading. We're using the Global Supply Chain Risk Management Market Outlook 2033 report from Cognitive Market Research, basically digging into their numbers to see where the real action is.
And what's truly compelling, I think, is how SCRM has shifted. It's not some back office niche anymore.
Not at all.
The report makes it crystal clear. This is now fundamental, strategic.
Right.
Businesses globally are putting resilience and risk mitigation front and center. It's non-negotiable now.
You can really feel that urgency, can't you? And the numbers, well, they definitely back that up. Let's start with the big picture, the global view.
Okay.
So the report shows that back in 2021, the market was already worth a pretty solid $2,049.12 million.
That's over $2 billion, a strong starting point.
Right. And looking just a few years ahead to 2025, it's projected to hit $3,044 million.
Okay, a nice jump.
But here's where it gets really interesting. By 2033, the forecast suggests it'll soar to $6,717.34 million.
Wow, so more than doubling again from 2025.
Exactly. And that translates to a compound annual growth rate, a KGR of 10.4% over that whole forecast period, 2021 to 2033.
10.4%. That's a very robust, sustained growth rate.
It really is. It's not just a blip, it's a consistent trend.
Yeah. And connecting that to the bigger picture, it's not just market size for its own sake. It reflects this accelerating understanding that managing supply chain risk properly is, well, it's critical. For survival, yes, but also for competitive growth.
So it's moved beyond just defense.
Absolutely. This growth rate, this 10.4%, it suggests a fundamental shift. Businesses aren't just reacting anymore. The report points to a move towards proactive, data-driven strategies, predictive insights, real-time visibility.
Building that future-proof operation you meant. Right?
Exactly. It's strategic planning becoming much more sophisticated globally.
Right. You can almost feel that strategic push in the figures. Okay, let's start digging into the regions then. See where the specific drivers are.
Sound good.
We'll start with North America. Always a key region for innovation and adoption, right?
Definitely a major player.
So North America had a significant market share already in 2021. $649.572 million. It's projected to hit $947 million in 2025 and keep climbing to $2,043.81 million by 2033. That's a solid CAGR of 10.093%.
And within North America, I assume the U.S. is leading the charge.
You assume correctly.
Okay. The report clearly flags the United States as dominant. Its revenues were, $458.814 million in 2021?
That's right.
Rising to $655.11 million in 2025, and then forecast to hit nearly $1.4 billion, $1,398.6 million by 2033.
With a CAGR just under 10% at 9.944.
What's really key there, I think, is the U.S. isn't just adopting SCRM. It's driving the demand for the really advanced stuff. Integrated platforms, AI.
Because of the scale.
Exactly. Think about managing the supply chains for like a huge tech company or a car manufacturer based there. It's incredibly complex.
Right.
So the report emphasizes how those industries are pushing investment in predictive analytics, comprehensive risk tools, trying to mitigate everything from geopolitics to, local infrastructure issues.
That really makes the U.S. a kind of anchor for the global market then, setting the pace.
It definitely does.
Yeah.
But it's not the whole story in North America.
No. Okay, tell me more. Well, Canada, for example, shows really strong individual growth. Its CAGR is actually higher than the U.S. at 11.228%.
Look, interesting.
Yeah, it's projected to grow from about $133 million in 2021 to nearly $490 million by 2033.
Any thoughts from the report on why?
It suggests it's partly Canada's resource-based economy, plus increasing integration in cross-border logistics. They need those robust frameworks.
Makes sense. And Mexico.
Mexico's contributing too, a CAGR of 8.193%. expected to grow from around $57 million to over $155 million, often driven by manufacturing, exports, aligning with those North American trade links.
Okay, so a solid picture in North America, led by the U.S., but with strong contributions elsewhere.
Exactly. Now let's hop across the Atlantic, Europe.
Right.
The SCRM market there was valued at $504.085 million in 2021, projected to climb to $738.79 million by 2025, and hitting $1,611.08 million by 2033. That gives Europe a CAGR of 10.236%, pretty much in line with the global average.
And within Europe, Germany, the U.K., the usual suspects.
They're definitely key players.
Yeah, the report highlights Germany with a strong TAGR, 10.527%.
Yeah.
And the U.K. is even a bit higher, 11.08%.
What's driving that?
Well, for Germany, it's that huge manufacturing base, right? Cars, machinery. The report says they're aggressively adopting advanced AI-driven platforms, trying to handle volatile material supplies, geopolitical risks.
Protecting that industrial core.
Precisely. And the UK, it seems, is driven more by financial services, e-commerce, needing that real-time visibility for resilience, but also for compliance.
Okay, that makes sense. But here's where the report gets really interesting for Europe, because it unpacks some surprising diversity. It's not just about the big economies. Guess which country has the highest individual CAGR in Europe?
Somewhere in the east, maybe.
Luxembourg.
Luxembourg.
Yeah. Soaring at 12.175%. Now, it's starting from a smaller base, obviously. $7.5 million in 2021, projected to about $27 million.
But still, that's rapid growth. Why Luxembourg?
The report points to its growing logistics and fintech sectors. They need super secure, transparent supply chains.
Okay, that fits.
Oh, wait, there's more? Even more remarkable, the rest of Europe segment.
Okay.
This bucket shows the highest regional CAGR globally, a massive 18.496%.
18%, wow.
Yeah, growing from about $12 million to $72 million. It's extraordinary.
That is extraordinary.
And then, just for contrast, look at Switzerland. It shows the lowest TGR in Europe, still growing, but at 6.87%, from about $16.5 million to $40 million.
That really does paint a complex picture. It raises a big question, doesn't it?
Like what?
Well, what do these really different growth rates tell us? Is it about market maturity, maybe different regulations, or specific industry needs popping up in different places? That rest of Europe number, the 18%, the report suggests this could be rapid catch-up, right? Maybe previously underserved markets just jumping straight to the latest digital SCRM solutions.
Leapfrogging the older tech.
Exactly. Whereas Switzerland's steady or lower growth might mean it's already got a pretty mature risk management setup, less room for those dramatic jumps.
Fascinating. Really makes you think about the different dynamics within the continent. Okay, let's shift focus again. Asia Pacific.
Right, the powerhouse region, critical for global trade.
Absolutely. The market there was about $352.4 million in 2021, expected to hit $540 million by 2025, and reach $1,231.94 million by 2033. That's a strong CAGR of 10.842%, slightly above the global average.
And imagine China and India are big factors there.
Definitely.
Yeah, the report shows China growing from around $112 million to nearly $400 million by 2033. That's a CAGR of almost 11%.
And what's driving China's growth specifically?
Well, it's that enormous manufacturing base plus incredibly complex domestic distribution. So they need really sophisticated, scalable solutions. Logistics optimization, mapping out multiple tiers of suppliers.
Right. And India.
India's growth is rapid, too. CAGR of 11.637%, going from just under $50 million to almost $193 million.
And the drivers there?
A fast-growing consumer market, plus becoming a bigger global manufacturing hub itself. They need robust systems for managing risks, both coming in and going out.
Makes sense. But there's another standout in Asia Pacific, isn't there?
Ah, yes, Taiwan.
Right, exhibiting the highest CAGR in the region at 12.814%.
That's very high.
Yeah, going from about $11 million to nearly $47 million. Small numbers relatively, but a huge growth rate.
And the report links that, too.
Its critical role in tech supply chains, semiconductors, mainly.
Of course, high stakes there.
Exactly. Vulnerability to geopolitics, natural disasters. It just compels constant high investment in risk mitigation and planning. It's a hotbed for SCRM innovation.
So what's fascinating here, really, is you put all that together, China, India, Taiwan, others, it signals this massive region-wide push for better supply chain management.
You really need it with the volume going through there.
Absolutely. The sheer amount of goods moving requires increasingly smart risk tools. Real-time tracking, predictive analytics, the works.
Okay. Let's briefly touch on South America now.
Right.
Overall SAGR there is 9.772%, growing from about $262 million in 2021 to nearly $795 million by 2033.
Solid growth. Any standouts?
Brazil's a key player, SAGR of 9.96%. Argentina is slightly higher, actually, at 10.137%.
And the driver generally.
The report points to commodity-driven economies needing SCRM to buffer against global market swings and infrastructure issues.
Okay, and the Middle East?
Now, the Middle East is definitely one to watch closely.
Oh, yeah.
Overall, SIG-AGR is impressive, 11.091%. That's higher than the global average.
Interesting.
Market was about $158 million in 2021, projected to hit $560 million by 2033.
What's behind that strong growth?
It seems to be driven by big infrastructure projects, economic diversification away from oil, smart city initiatives.
Building new logistics hubs?
Exactly. They need top-tier supply chain resilience for all that.
Makes sense. Any particular countries leading?
Saudi Arabia leads the region, strong CGR of 11.704%, going from about $51 million to $194 million.
Wow.
And we also see robust growth in the UAE, 11.574%, and Qatar, 11.229%.
So significant government pushes there.
Seems like it. Building world-class logistics, diversifying economies. They're essentially building next-gen supply chains, and SCRM is foundational to that.
Very strategic. Okay, where's our final stop? Africa.
Our final stop is Africa, and it's showing really exceptional momentum in this area.
Yeah, I'm keen to hear this.
The figures are quite compelling. Started at $122.9 million in 2021, projected to hit $199 million by 2025,
Yeah.
and then really expand to $475.7 million by 2033. That's a powerful CGR of 11.499% overall for the continent.
Another region outpacing the global average. Who's leading there? South Africa.
South Africa stands out, absolutely. Not just leading Africa, but showing one of the strongest growth rates globally.
Yeah.
An impressive CAGR of 12.0006%.
12%.
Yeah, set to grow from about $55 million to nearly $228 million.
And the drivers in South Africa?
The report mentions its more sophisticated manufacturing and retail sectors driving digital transformation, adopting SCRM for complex regional distribution and international trade.
Got it. Anyone else notable?
Nigeria is right there with it. Almost equally strong growth at 11.888%,
Okay.
going from about $43 million to $174 million.
And the story there?
Rapidly growing consumer market, regional economic engine. They just need modern supply chain infrastructure and risk management to support it all.
These are really significant numbers. Feels like a real awakening across the continent regarding supply chains.
It does.
What's truly fascinating here, I think, is that these high growth rates in Africa, they might suggest more than just expansion. Maybe it's that leapfrogging effect again.
Sipping the old system.
Yeah, perhaps developing economies are bypassing older methods and going straight for cutting-edge digital SCRM solutions because they need that efficiency, transparency, and resilience right now in this dynamic global market.
That's a really interesting perspective. Okay, so we've toured the world. Let's try and bring it all together.
Right.
What does this all mean for you, listening in, curious about global trends, about business resilience?
Well, the big takeaway is pretty clear, isn't it?
Which is?
The report summary puts it plainly.
Yeah.
The SCRM market is seeing rapid global growth, and it's fueled by businesses everywhere trying to mitigate risks and strengthen their supply chain resilience. It's become a core objective.
Universal understanding, almost.
Almost, yeah. And we've seen regions with particularly strong momentum, Africa, the Middle East, Asia Pacific, they're really pushing forward, sometimes with that leapfrogging adoption.
While the established markets keep growing steadily.
Exactly. Europe and North America continue that steady growth, providing that strong foundation.
Yeah.
But we can't forget those specific standouts, right?
Taiwan, South Africa.
And that surprising rest of Europe surge. Each tells a unique story about specific needs or rapid adoption.
And all underpinned by the big players.
Right. The US, China, Germany. They act as anchors, driving innovation and the overall market size just through their scale and complexity.
So this deep dive, it hasn't just been about numbers, has it? It feels like a clear picture of how businesses globally are seriously investing in stability, future-proofing themselves.
Absolutely.
It really is a shortcut to understanding these market dynamics of resilience.
And it does raise an important final question, I think. Something to chew on.
Go on.
Given this clear accelerating trend and why it's happening, what about the next wave of technology?
Beyond what's driving growth now.
Yeah. How might things like, say, more advanced AI, maybe quantum computing eventually,
Right.
how might those shape these projections even further? How will they impact resilience and this whole market? Where does the innovation go next?
That's a powerful thought. Where does the next leap come from? And for you, our listener, maybe think about how these trends touch your world, your industry, the products you use. How might future events reshape all this? One thing seems clear, though.
What's that?
Those invisible threads of the supply chain, they're becoming much more visible, much more strategically managed, and just incredibly vital for all of us.